is a gold price crash incoming. Plus we do some subscriber show and tell, and I test some theme songs, all here on the greatest bullion economic news show in the world. It's called Good Morning Stackers. Oh yeah. Listen, keep listening. Oh yeah. It's Good Morning Stackers. My name is Joe Main. I have been in the bullion industry for a long time. Let's do the Synchronised Slurp. It's where we grab a tasty beverage, we synchronize slurp it together in the next 2 seconds. Grab your tasty beverage and go. 3, 2, 1. That was just a taste of one of the theme songs, the Good Morning Stackers theme songs. I'll talk all about that very, very soon. How did I make that in all that time, in that short amount of time? Well, I will explain. Of course, this is Good Morning Stackers, your week daily live show all about gold, silver, etc. We're going to talk about is a gold price crash, incoming, some subscriber show and tell, and as I said, we're going to test some other theme songs. We got a few going on, so I want your opinion on them, and then we'll iterate and go from there. Again, my name is Joe Main, worked in the bullion industry for 11 years, been a stacker for a number of years, and this is the week daily live show. We'll do some shout outs as we normally do. We did the synchronized slurp, you got to have it, and then we'll get straight into the day. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to a new week. It is Monday. Welcome to a new week, a new month as well. It is Monday the 3rd of June 2024. Do some quick shout outs, and then we do some sponsorship stuff as well. Hazard, GMS. Pete Repeat says, GMS, good to see you. David Williams says, morning all. David Williams says, I like it. So do I. I'll talk a little bit more about how it was such a long and arduous production. Man, all the people I had to gather, all the instruments, all the music, all the money that I spent on it. Oh, it's a whole thing. I'll tell you in a second. Funky Monday morning start. I agree. I'll explain all about that. Good old days. Yeah, good old days. Hazard knows what I'm talking about. I'm from that 70s funk kind of. I'm not from that generation, but it's a generation that I really align with, if that makes sense. So Pete Repeat says, record your own, Joe. Yeah, who says I didn't record it? Mr. Pete Repeat. So it is Good Morning Stackers. I will quickly, of course, need to show you my brand partner. That is Perth Bullion Exchange at perthbullion.com.au, Australia's first dealer to offer free shipping on all discount volumes, just meaning buy over a certain amount and you get free express shipping Australia-wide. It doesn't matter where you are. You just have to buy over a certain quantity, and that quantity at the moment is buy 20. And it's actually 20 of anything. So you could buy 20 silver coins. You could buy a combination of a whole different bunch of things. You know, two maples, two this, two that, 3 of those. But if it equals 20 in your shopping cart of gold or silver or platinum or whatever, you get instant free shipping Australia-wide. It's just mental. It's crazy. So you can get the advantage of buying in bulk, of course. So you buy a tube of 25 maples and you get them for cheaper per coin, but then you get the free shipping on top of that. Unheard of in the Australian bullion industry. Now, for all you Yanks watching, if you've just joined us from Reddit or Wall Street Silver, you guys have had that for a long time, where you buy from AppMex or SD Bullion or whatever, and you purchase over $300, $500, whatever the dollar value is, and you just get free shipping. He's like, yeah, we've had this for years. It's like, yeah, but in Australia, it's a huge deal, and Perth Bullion Exchange is the first one to do it. Hazza says, I feel good, yeah, like I knew that I would now. Yeah, so that is the sponsorship. Let's go straight into, we're going to talk about gold, people, right here. So what am I talking about? Is a gold price crash incoming. So I shared the screen right here, and we have got the tradingview.com website. That's where I do all my chart analysis. It's always use gold in USD. We do gold, silver, platinum in US dollars, and sometimes we'll do Australian dollars as well. But bear in mind that the Australian dollar floats against the US dollar, and bear in mind wherever you're watching from in the world, if you're not in the US, if you're outside the US, your currency floats against the USD. So that's why it's best to look at USD, because it's the world's reserve currency. It's the kind of the spot price we all base everything on as such. And so we've had a few really big months, and it's really, really positive for gold. Let me start that in the beginning. And yes, please hit the like button and join the family by hitting the big red subscribe button too. But look, here's gold. This is on the larger time frame. So this is the monthly time frame. Each candle is 1 month. And look at the slightly overextended nature of gold at the moment. Since this is this trend line here, so this is going back to the bottom, the recent bottom in November of 2022, and then it placed a second higher low around about 1800 US dollars, and since then it's been respecting this trend line, so that's great to see. But we've just absolutely smashed through in the last few months, and it's so good to see. We had this quick little move, so we had, of course, top here in 2020, a double top in 2022. Was it going to be a triple top? No, triple tops aren't usually a thing. So it was not a triple top, as most people were expecting it not to be, right there. And then the quick all-time high of 2,150 US dollars, a quick dip, but then just look at this. March, April, and May. But what are you noticing? And here's what I'm noticing too, and I think you can really easily see it. A great extension. That was a big extension. So we're talking, let's have a look here. In terms of its percentage gain, right here, for the month of, what's that, March? That's a date range, Joe. What you need is the price range right there. For the month of March, it was a roughly 10% gain. Then in, that's the price range. And then in April, it was a 9% gain. Okay, slightly lower. And just in May, we had a roughly 7.5% gain. So the gains in the last few months have been diminishing every time. And that's why you can see we closed May making a new all-time high. So it's fantastic to see, 2,450 US dollars, but it's not a huge spike above the previous all-time high in the previous month of May. So we're not talking crazy. We didn't hit anywhere near that. We didn't hit near that target of 2,470, which I had drawn in, which was a key Fibonacci level. So look, I'm going to say personally, and I'll just get it out there right now, I am expecting, let me put it this way, I'm not expecting a new all-time high in gold in June. I think that's pretty damn obvious. I'm happy to be completely wrong, of course, but I'm not expecting this, and then that. I don't think that's coming in June for me. You might be completely in the opposite direction, and that's okay, and I hope you win. But I'm not expecting that. I would be very surprised if we did. I'm actually expecting a gold dip in the next couple of months, and I think we will come back to somewhere around, and this is why I say price crash, because what will happen obviously is if the price dips, a certain amount, all the news will come up, gold crashes to blah, 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 or silver crashes to blah, 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 okay? That's what happens when the stock market crashes, it goes down 3% and everyone, runs shrieking for the hills. Whereas if you've been in something like crypto for a long time, which I have been as well, that's not a crash. A 3% move, a 10% move, that ain't a crash, people. But I am expecting some kind of crash as such in the next few months. It would just make sense to me after having such a large extension since the start of March. Right there, 1, 2, 3 green candles for on monthly candles. So I am expecting that. Humbly. We could certainly find resistance, and I think we would find resistance here. We can certainly head up from here, but 2,350 is still that level of resistance for me. And particularly because we are below this trend line right here, and I'll punch into the daily just so you can see that very quickly, but I just wanted to show you on the monthly. it's more likely than not. So I'm going to say more than a 50% chance that we see lower prices in the next few months from here. And so my first target is 2,250 US dollars. Why is that? For me, it's a key Fibonacci level. Again, from sort of older highs and older lows. I haven't got that drawn in at the moment. I think it's maybe from, it could be from this high and this low, I think was at 2,250 right there. But I'm going to keep that for now. At 2,250 is an area of support that I'd be looking at. And very obviously, you can see it right here. After a breakout of previous absolute major all-time highs, and we're talking over that sort of 2,100 kind of mark, a test back down to 2,080 to 2,150, which is a purple box range I've had drawn in for quite some time, which you would have noticed. Would not be surprising either. I'm not saying it's definitely going down to there, but just watch out for it. 2,080 to 2,150, somewhere in that purple box range. You'd also be looking at it finding support somewhere on this uptrend line right here, this yellow line. Definitely not saying it's going there in the next few months, anything like that. I may not ever get back to these kind of levels. Just keep it in the back of your head. But I do think a test of 2,250 is more than a 50% chance likely. In the next, I will say, let's see, I'll say in the next 3 months. So this is a daily show, okay? So, if the weight of evidence changes, it changes. But after closing below 2,250 for the month of May, and the fact that we've had this large extension, I'm going to say 2,250 would be an area of support that would be very interesting to me. And I hope to be wrong because I want it to completely sail through and we just all win. But the thing about winning is it's subjective. So have you just gotten into the market? Have you just learned about the power of gold and silver and precious metals to maintain your purchasing power over long periods of time and to possibly increase your wealth over time? But it's mainly about a purchasing power maintainer. Have you just gotten in? So have you just gotten in after we broke these highs here? If you just in the last couple of months learned about gold and silver, you've just been purchasing, well, now you would want to see a bit of a dip actually. So, this could be a really great thing for you. And of course, if you are dollar cost averaging, it doesn't really matter about the price anyway. You just buy every single paycheck, whatever. So if we have a dip even down to 2,080 to 2,150, it's great news for you because you're just averaging your price anyway. So it could be good news for the people who want to buy more. And I could certainly say, look, if it came down to this purple box here, personally, I would be considering loading up a bit more as well around that area. I'm fine with what I have at the moment in gold and silver, etc. At 2,250. Down here, I'd be getting interested. Oh, that's a bit juicy for me personally. But it could, even here, could be juicy for you. But 2,250, keep it in the back of your mind. Let's just show you the daily time frame. Hit the like button, people. Hit the big red subscribe button too. Join the GMS family. Welcome to everyone who has just joined. I will get to your comments. I'll get to your shout outs. Then we'll do some subscriber show and tell. We've got to look at silver and platinum today. Of course, as well, because silver, it's looking interesting. It's looking a bit bearish at the moment, I would say, in gold, just in the interim time frame. Again, we are not above this downtrend line. It was a failed move to hold it, and a second failed move to hold it, and even a third failed move just then in the last couple of days. You can see we even spiked above on the 4 hour. So failed move to hold above this downtrend line for a significant period of time. Failed move here. Third failed move here. You can see that 2,350, definitely an area of resistance. And we're just heading down. So it looks like to me 2,250, most likely area. For me, you could be different, and that's okay. That is gold. Let's take a look at silver. I did post this on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum about silver, bad news and good news. So let's take a look at the bad news and let's take a look at the good news so far. So bad news for silver. And I say bad news, again, in inverted commas, in quotes, because, it's not really that bad. Bad news is, though, we didn't close the month of May or any month so far recently above the final hurdle of 31 US dollars. But the good news is we did close above $30. And so that's a decent sign. And so for me, as I've been saying for a long time, I'm 99% there that the bull market in silver has already begun, all the way back here. I didn't call it back here in March of 2020. We all know what was going on there because I had learned very, very well over a long period of time that the $26 mark right here, which is a key Fibonacci level and key areas of support and key areas of resistance here, which failed to hold on significant time frames, was a very key level. So even all the way through March of 2020, even when we broke 26, we broke below it, we just maintained below it. I was not in 99% bull market territory. I wasn't even sure about new bull market. I'm not sure. I really needed to see it break and hold above 26. And we've only just done that in the last few months. So I'm 99% sure we're in new bull market territory. But for me to be 100%, it had to close above 31. But anything above, for me, anything above this $26 level, and I'm saying we're still 99% there. If we close a month below 26 US dollars, then I'd say, oh, okay, no, I'm not certain anymore of a new bull market for silver. But it's great to see that we've that we closed the month above this level right here. See there? Spike there, that's at that $29.80. That's a spike there of 30 US dollars. We found it as resistance in April right there at, what do you know, $29.80 right there. And we've closed a month above it. So that's great news for silver. Could we see a dip here? Absolutely, we could. So if gold's going to dip, silver might dip with it. I do think we dip in gold. So a dip in silver is potentially likely. What am I looking at? I would love it just to hold $29.80. If this is a red month, that I'm not going to say that $29.80 would be the absolute bottom. I'm going to say right here at $28.40 US cents. Let me be very clear. $28.40 US cents is my line in the sand for me that I wouldn't want to see it close any month below $28.40 because it's a key area of resistance around this kind of $28 level you can see here. It closed on the monthly, opened and closed on the monthly here. So it's around about that 28. Why do I say 28.40? Let me just show you on the weekly time frame. 28.40 because it was previous resistance around here. So that's just it for me, 28.40. So on the monthly, again, what I'd love to see is a bounce off, in order to say that June would be a green month as well for silver, I would want to see no more than a dip down to $29.80 US cents. And then if this is the fake out for the month, and this can certainly happen where it looks like for the first week or so of a new month, it goes in one direction and you go, oh, that's it. If it's going down, you go, oh, all right, we're going to see lower prices, and then it fakes you out. And then it closes the month green. What I'd love to see, if that's going to be the case, no lower than $29.80 US cents. And then we'd want to see the fake out and then just have a crazy, crazy month. For silver, I don't think that's likely. So I'll give it a look. I'll stay on the fence and give it a 50% chance. I am expecting lower though, but again, no lower than 28.40. Closing the month below 28.40 or that 28.40 level, then I'd say a test of 26 is coming. However, saying that, well, we did break out of this long-term symmetrical triangle pattern right here. And once you break out, you can tend to have a retest, and that's kind of healthy actually. So anything I say above 26 and I'm cool for silver. New bull market. We've just made new interim all-time highs. We closed above 30. That is positive. Even if we come back to 26, as long as we close above that on a monthly, I'm still okay for silver being a bull market. Closing below 26 and particularly back into this area here, I'm like, yeah, that ain't good. But that just remains to be seen. The good news for silver is also, as well, is the fact that we are trending up on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame as well. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly, you can see it looks like a potential double top there, and here's the thing with silver on the daily though. We have been in extremely overbought on the daily time frame on silver. We've been talking about this for a while. This was back in the 20th of May, roughly. And then we have been there. You tend to, once you've been there for a period of time, you tend to come back and visit the normal range. So we are on a downward movement direction in terms of the relative strength index on the daily time frame. That's why I'm probably more expecting lower prices to come on silver. The one thing I would get you to look at is that we are at a key right here support level on the daily time frame for the relative strength index for silver. It was a key level of resistance right here and right here. Then we broke through it. You can even see, as I've mentioned before, an inverted head and shoulders on the relative strength index, which matched the inverted head and shoulders on the fiat price. And we're coming down to this key support. So you would want to see, if you want to see silver continue its up run for June, then you would want to see this level hold. So that's pretty much it. Bullish above $26, anything above $26, and I'm bullish. Great to see it above 30. Probably expecting a dip. You don't want to see it anywhere lower than about $28.40 US cents. And for the new subscribers, we've had a few over the weekend. Welcome to the newbies. 37 to 40 US dollars is still my target for 2024, where I think we reasonably top out around about that price. Probably no higher than that for me at this stage based on the weight of evidence that we have. That could completely change. That is silver. Are we still live? Are we still running? We are still live and we're still running. Fantastic. Get your comments in and I'll give you all shout outs. Let's take a quick look at platinum. Platinum's still right on the border for me. Look at this. It's so funny. It just loves absolutely flirting with me. I swear to God, I live in a simulation where it's all about me and it's all about my relationship with platinum, and it just flirts with me. It's been doing so for a very, very long time. This downtrend line right here, if you're a previous subscriber, you know this is my line. Above this downtrend line, I start getting excited about platinum. Below, anywhere between this trend line and this trend line, right here, I'm just ho-hum, whatever, par for course. And anything below this trend line and then back into this area, I am, depression for silver again. So we're just right on, we're right on the border, literally right on the border of me getting excited again for platinum, but we're not there yet. Let's take a look on the daily. This is the daily price in USD, 1,037 US dollars. Again, we've been in extremely overbought. On the daily time frame, we came back, tested as support. It's flirting with support. Okay, cool. I just need to see it break back above and head back into this excited territory area. Need to see it break 1,070. Then I'm getting really excited in all areas of my personage. And then, of course, my final hurdle, 1,115, where I am saying if it closes a month above there, bull market, baby, we are done. It is onwards and upwards from here. But we're not there yet. So it's interesting to see. Let's see the weekly time frame. Weekly is still trending upwards. So we're just in no man's land for platinum at the moment. If you're talking price-wise, I would love to see it hold 1,005. Definitely need to see it hold 990. Breaking 990, then we're in depression stage again for me for platinum. And above, as I said, above 1,070, getting really excited. And then I'm ultra uber excited. We'll have party time if we close above 1,115, roughly. That's it for platinum. That's all you need to know. Are you bullish on platinum? Post a comment below. Daily time frame. Here's the daily. Sorry, the daily very quickly. Sorry, the monthly. I apologize. We closed the month. Here's the thing. Man, we closed the month right on the edge, right on the excited edge right there. So we did close below this downtrend line. So I have to stay not excited for platinum until we break, I would say, break that 1,070 level. But interestingly, on the relative strength index, we are in an upward movement phase, but we have yet to break. If you look down here, we're yet to break this area of resistance around about that 56, 57 mark on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame. So we're still in a holding pattern for me for platinum. That is gold. That is silver. That is platinum. Do we do the gold to silver ratio? Let's take a quick look. Aha, gold to silver ratio, people. What was I talking about last week? The fact that we did have We found support. This is the daily time frame. Yes. Okay. Remember mid last week, roughly, we're talking about this double bottom here on the daily time frame on the gold to silver ratio. Measures the gold divided by the price of silver. As this goes up, gold is outshining silver. As this goes down, silver is beating gold relative to each other. We saw the double bottom here, meaning gold was becoming extremely undervalued. And then I did think we would come back into this range here, meaning a move back above, and a test of 75 was likely. We did see that test, and I was saying potentially because of this double bottom, you could see a move all the way up to the 80 level on the relative strength index. I think that's still quite likely that you see some resistance and we see a move back up. So I think gold will outshine in the next, let's say the next week or two. I think gold will outshine silver. And we come back to test at least this 80 level on the gold to silver ratio. That's my opinion. You can completely disagree. That is gold, silver, platinum, and the gold to silver ratio. We'll do some some more quick comments and some shout outs, and then we'll do some subscriber show and tell, and we'll just quickly show you some of the other theme songs that I worked so hard on in the space of about 15 minutes the other day, and I'll tell that story. Let's do some quick shout outs. Here we go. Funky Star, good old days. Fair cop, meaning, Brian, do you mean fair cop in the prices? CT from Texas says, GMS, it's Sunday night in Texas. Well, what else would you want to do on a Sunday night in Texas than spend it with an Australian here on Monday morning in Australia? I can't think of anything else. And synchronized slurp for CT. Here we go. 3, 2. That's a synchronized slurp for the Texan in the Lone Star State. Pete Repeat says, if anyone is interested in getting... Oh, here we go. All right, cool, fair enough. If anyone interested in getting some 96 Swan Bullion has some for $19. Okay, I'd have to check that. So 19... Is that decent? $19. Okay. And GMS says black coal. GMS says black coal. Black coal says GMS. $19. Let me get my calculator here. What are we looking at? So 19 times 3, roughly 57. That works out to about $57 per ounce. Fraction. It is technically fractional. And what are we looking at? I'm just going to look at. Let me look at. I'm going to type in here maple. Let's see how much are maples on Perth Bullion Exchange's website. Okay, yeah, look. For example, let's just show here. Okay, so $19. Now, it is fractional. Okay, so you could get 1966 50-cent rounds. I'll show you them in just a second. 50-cent coins for approximately $57 per ounce. Buy 3 goes 1/3 of an ounce, roughly. Otherwise, you could get the cheapest silver I've seen at the moment from any bullion dealer is maples at Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my brand partner. Yes, I am giving a second plug, but $52.75 at the moment, and then buy over a certain amount, get them for $51.75 if you buy a tube, plus you get free shipping as well. Buy a tube of maples and get free shipping. Actually, you only need to buy 20 to get free shipping of maples. But if you're going to buy 20, you may as well buy 25 because you get the full sealed tube as well. So still cheaper to buy 1 ounce silver, of course, but fractional. There is the pros of buying fractional, of course. So you will expect to pay more for fractionals. So absolutely. So that could be a good buy if you're into the 1966 50-cent rounds as well. And I encourage you, and I certainly encourage you to buy from all bullion dealers. If you don't know who the hell I am, if you're new to the show, I've worked at 3 of the major bullion dealers here in Australia over the last 11 years, doing customer service, serving you in store. I served probably a bunch of you. I probably packed a bunch of your orders over the years here in Australia. I probably served you in the store. I emailed you. I spoke to you on the phone. And then in sort of the second half of my career, I was doing some customers, but mainly I was doing the social media side. And then for a good number of years, I was pure social media. All the YouTube channels that you know and love in the Australian bullion industry, all the big ones that you know of. That was me. And yeah, and I do this show now, and I help other people with their YouTube channels for their businesses. That's the 1966 50-cent coin. If you don't know what we're talking about, those are the ones that could be a good deal. But I would highly suggest that you also head over to perthbullion.com.au because you get free shipping too, right there. So some about average. Yeah, it is probably about average for that. You are correct. So here we go. Time code. You want to see some subscriber show and tell. If you would like to send in your own subscriber show and tell, go to gmstackers@gmail.com. What I mean is send an email to gmstackers@gmail.com. Send in something that you've seen, something you recently purchased, any bit of news that you think is interesting, any stories about storage or anything to do with bullion, economic news, anything like that. But show and tell, you can send me a picture of something that you've recently purchased or anything that you find interesting, and I will give you a shout out. And you can remain anonymous too. So the person who did we're doing the subscriber show and tell does wish to remain anonymous, and that is completely okay. So let me just double check. Yep. All right. So what I need to do, I won't share the screen. Here's what I need to do. So just give me a moment. You can't see any of this, which is a good thing. So give me 1 second. I just need to change something there. All the best. I need to crop that, and then there we go. So then I need to do that. Give me a moment, people. I'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. And then I need to put this new one up because I don't want to show the person's blah, 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 blah. Yep, don't want to show the person's details. So here we go. Sharing the screen, people. This is from a subscriber, and let me just show you. We'll talk about it. Hi, Joe. Thanks for all your efforts. Mate, no problem. Some more material for your show and tell. Here is another great piece I picked up last year. 5-gram golden ticket Wonka bars by Pamp. So this is their show and tell. So 5-gram Wonka bars. They're pretty cool. Look at this. I love that. Oh, you've done a really nice one. A really nice close-up too. So here is the subscriber show and tell. Pamp Swiss 5-gram fine gold in the Wonka bar. That is just wicked. Wonka and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory branded. So let's just pop back out, and here's the of course, here's the other side. So fantastic. Look at this. That's just, I got a golden ticket. That Wonka bar right there. Golden ticket, 5-gram. I love the font type as well, like the movie. That's really, really cool. So Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, a branded 5-gram gold bar made by Pamp Swiss. So look, number one, you're getting Pamp Swiss products, which are absolutely amazing. Look at that. That is just sweet. Right there. And looks like it comes in this little, it's the card as well. So you get the bar itself, so the carded bar, and it comes in a special little package as well. And it comes like a little extra bit of advertising material as well. It looks like a little poster or something like that. That's fantastic. It says up the top here, a memoir of life on the set of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory by the original, Veruca Salt. Oh, it's a memoir. So this is like a little booklet. Let's read the thing here. This is one of my favorite, 5-gram golden ticket Wonka bars by Pamp. This is one of my favorite childhood movies, hence me falling in love with them and just had to buy it, of course. There were only 3,000 produced. They cost around $560 each from memory last year, and now $1,500 plus on eBay. That is a great appreciation. Feel free to read out story, but no names. Yes, we didn't include the name. All the best. See you on the live. Fantastic. Thank you, random subscriber, for the Willy Wonka subscriber show and tell. So it looks like there, and I can't get the person to confirm because I don't want them to reveal themselves. I don't even know if they're on watching live right now. But it says here, a memoir of life on the set of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory by the original Veruca Salt. Veruca Salt was one of the characters. It was the I want want it now, Daddy. That little girl on the movie, if you've seen it, one of the greatest movies ever, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And so it looks like this is a booklet, it's a memoir of her time on the set. Plus you get the gold as well. Amazing. I can see why it would be going for $1,500 now on eBay. So that is subscriber, show and tell. Really very much appreciate it. Okay, couple of, let's see. David says the premium on those was horrible. If you're talking about are you talking about the Willy Wonka ones? You know what? One man's horrible is another man's bargain. And now look at how much they are going for on eBay. Woo! So sometimes that's the whole numismatic thing. You know, you have to take that gamble. When you get into numismatics, you know, the limited editions in the boxes and all that, each of them are like a mini lottery ticket. Sometimes you can win out and, excuse the sniffles today. Sometimes you can win out and then you get that huge price jump. Sometimes they just stay average and sometimes they even go down in value. But at least you know you always have the gold or silver content value in it as well. So that is the gamble you take with numismatics. I'm not into the numismatic side of things, a tiny little bit, but not really. Hazza says they look terrific. Lucky to have got in on time. Yeah, the person who, again, I don't know if they're here, but the person who got in on time, very, very lucky indeed. So that is subscriber show and tell. And now we're going to quickly talk about these theme songs. So you heard the first theme song. I'm going to play it again. Let's have a bit of a party time here. So this is the theme song that I just worked so hard on this, and I'll explain it. Here we go. The first theme song, Potential, for Good Morning Stackers. We'll play it again. Here we go. I like that.
Hey, good morning, Stackers.
Oh, that's so funky. So that's the first one that I played you, and I'll play you a few of the others. So I spent so long, just all night making these things. I got all the instruments in. I composed it. No, obviously not. This is AI. Obviously, this is AI. And I'm going to give a big plug now. I've used it only just the other day. This is how it worked. I was doing a gig. Oh, I did that gig the other day. You remember I did, I was in the, for my regular subscribers, you know I'm a singer. That's my nighttime thing, been for 25 years. I was doing an 80s themed gig, so I was wearing a wig and eyeliner. It's very rarely and only for the 80s gigs. But we were all sitting around in the break, and what the keyboard player was saying, have you heard of Udio? You've gotten on Udio yet? I'm like, Udio, what's Udio? He goes, oh my God. So he jumped on Udio, udio.ai, udio.ai, I'm pretty sure it is. And he goes, this is going to blow your mind. So it's just like, if you're familiar with AI, if you're familiar with things like Midjourney is an image creation AI where you just type in, I want an image that shows a girl in a sunset at night, a sunset, around about 6 p.m. The sun's coming down thing. She's wearing this. You just be as specific as you can. I want it in portrait mode. And then it just generates these pictures. It gives you a bunch of options. And that's Midjourney, for example. There's lots of other ones. Udio is the musical version of that. Oh my God. So he just typed in a bunch of things and he literally said, okay, write a song about a band that's, in between sets, they're waiting to play again, and he gave me, Joe, Angus, JJ, blah, and mention our names, all this, and then it spits out. It takes a bit of time. It spits out this song. It gives you the first 30 seconds of it, and then you have to pay more to hear the whole thing. And then you say, in the style of. So he said, in the style of 80s new wave, and so we waited like a minute or two. It pumps out this thing, which is, oh my God, it sounds like a new wave song from the 80s. And it had the lyrics in there, and they're never perfect, but you can remix them and add your own lyrics and things. So this is literally what I did. I typed in on my phone, I jumped on Udio and I typed in something like, a theme song for a show, a live podcast called Good Morning Stackers, in the style of 70s funk, because I love 70s funk. I said in the style of Tower of Power, which is one of my favorite bands of all time. And then it just punched out a whole bunch of things. So that's the first one. I'm going to show you the second one. Let me go back. My creations right here. So here are some of the others, and they're pretty good, but I like that first one. I think is really, really good. Here's another one that's really cool, and this has got a very good phrase in it. So I'm going to play this one. This is a different one. Here we go.
Good morning, Stack. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
Podcast time. This isn't.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Here we go.
Synchronized slurp. Now we're on the move. Good morning, Stackers. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. Podcast.
What the blazes? So, good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. Synchronized slurp. We're on the move. Like, it's amazing. So I just typed in, include the lyrics, synchronized slurp. I think I said include the lyrics, grab a tasty beverage. So that's that one. Here's another one. Bit different, this one.
Hey! Good morning, Stackers. Can you feel the vibe? Talking about that gold, let your portfolio thrive. Silver shining, bullion rollers, dive into the flow. Tune in for the tips. This show's got the mojo.
Here we go, ready? Oh, I think it's just music for me. Alright. That's that one. And here's the last one.
Grab a tasty beverage and take your seat.
Get ready for the synchronized slurp. Feel the beat.
Wake up, get down, let the vibe surround.
It's the morning groove, yeah. It's profound.
Oh, here we go.
Good morning, Stacker. Let's improve.
What?
Good morning, Stacker.
What the blazes? So that's what you can do. It's udio.ai. The show's got mojo. So here's what I'm going to do. Will I use it as a theme song every single time? I don't know, but I'm going to play around with it. I'm going to add my specific lyrics, synchronized slurp, tasty beverage. But that's just what it did out of a little prompt. So I really like that one. I like that first one I showed you at the start. I like that last one, and putting synchronized slurp in there. So anyway, that is my potential theme songs as well that I worked so diligently on. It is quarter past. So we've been going for 40 minutes. I'm going to end it here. We've got 26 people watching at this moment across YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. But I think probably no one's watching on Twitter. It's probably mostly YouTube. So that has been the show. It's been a quick one today. That has been Good Morning Stackers. Yeah, James Brown. The show's got the mojo. That is right. So any last comments? Get your last things in. No, that is pretty much it. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family again. Welcome to all the new subscribers over the weekend. I hope you enjoy the show. Every single weekday, you get gold, silver, platinum analysis. We do a topic of some kind as well. Today was subscriber show and tell. You get some other stuff, bullion news. If anything interesting is happening economically, I do that. So that's what you get every single weekday here, Monday to Friday in Melbourne, Australia. Plus you get the synchronized slurp. So grab your tasty beverage. Your tasty beverage. I've got that in my head all day now. Once again, my name is Joe Main. We'll see you tomorrow. He'll do the synchronized slurp in 3, 2, make it slurpy. So yes, that is it. Gold's probably going to have a little bit of a crash, I think, in the next couple of months, probably. Watch that level of 2,250 and then that level of 2,080 to 2,150. Not saying it's going there, but watch 2,250, I think is probably a key one for me. But I hope I'm completely wrong and it goes through the roof. And we talked about the other stuff. That's it, gang. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, stay funky, and I'll see you tomorrow.